Hello my friends, today we're going to look at making 3D objects out of some yarn and a few simple things. So if you want to look down here, I will show you. The first thing you need is some of this cross-stitch grid. It's plastic. You can draw on it with a permanent marker or even just a pen. You'll need a thick tapestry needle, or sometimes called a weaving needle, and you'll need some yarn. Now, the first thing you want to do, say you want to make a box. You want to measure out how many pieces you need, and yes, geometry is involved. And they have to all be equal. So I went through here and I measured out my pieces. I've got 2 here, and oh, this third one just a little smaller. So that might be a top, or maybe I'm going to make the sides lower. So we get all the pieces that we need, and then there's 2 different ways you can do it. You can decorate your side pieces first. See, this side piece is done. It's got a pattern on it. Or you can go ahead and put your box together and then cover it. So for this piece, when you do the pattern, it looks messy on the back. You don't need to knot it. You just draw your thread through and then sew over it. Let me show you one that's in progress here. See if I can thread this to start with. I should totally have threaded this before I started. Yarn is not easy to thread. There we go. Okay, so when I started this, I drew it through. You can kind of see down here. I just pulled it through this previous stitching, or if I was starting fresh, I would just pull it through and leave a tail there. And then as I add more stitches, I'm going to kind of hold it down and I'm going to go over them. It's pretty basic cross stitch stuff if you're doing it. Now I just kind of made this pattern up, but you can see they're all equal and they're just little crosses across, and then I just added some in. So you can kind of make up your own, or you can get a permanent marker and draw a pattern on and then follow it. So I've got 2 pieces done here, and let's say I had a few more. I'm ready to make a box. So let's look at this one here in progress. So for this one, see how I just looped the yarn over the edges? And the same thing down here. You can see here's the little brown tail sticking out. I went over that with the blue, and as I add more blue, I'll cover that up completely. Hold the pieces together, and then for the hinge of the roof, I went around the edges to hold these 2 pieces together, and they hinge pretty well. See, it opens and shuts. When I finish this, I'll want to put in, maybe I'll tie a little loop of yarn here and put a button or a knot here, and then that'll close it. That'll be the closure over the top. So they're really, you can do all sorts of different things with them. You can make any sizes. They're a nice little treasure box. I know somebody who keeps their game cards in them. They're Nintendo Switch games. And you can do different patterns, or you can just do geometric shapes, or just colors all together. So all you need is the needle, some plastic webbing, and some yarn.